controversial. Controversial. Why can I not say that word? Controversial. Controversial? What's going on, guys? Hello and welcome to another Division 2 video. We're going to be going over the healer build, which is probably the most controversial. You know what? Google, help me out.
Controversial.
Thank you. It is one of those videos, and it's all down to one piece, and it's actually not even one piece. It's one talent of one piece. So stay tuned. I'll get into that. I'll cover it, and I'll try and do my best to cover both sides because I know there is definitely two clear sides to this whole healer build. Let's dive into it without too much delay. However, I'm going to take 1 minute. We're going to say thank you to the Wipe Squad. You guys have been awesome. If you guys are interested, there will be a link in the description below to the community of over 500 Division 2 players. We do raids on a regular basis. We also frequently are hanging out in Summit or doing Countdown or whatever really floats your boat. If you're interested in joining, just finding some people to play with, click the link again, description below. It will be the top one. You can also join the Bicoastal Nation, which is my personal community. I run an ARC server through there. If you do like playing ARC, I do that in my spare time. I also play GTA 5M. Again, all of it is going to be down there. That'll be the second link for the Bicoastal Nation. As to the build, we are going to be covering the Future Initiative Healer. I will go through and do the full deep dive, everything from piece by piece, all the way into a little bit of gameplay. We'll cover the control room. We'll cover boss 3, boss 4 for Morozova, for Iron Horse. Basically the three areas that you really want a healer. Boss 1 is more of an overcharge and keep people alive. Yeah, it's a healer, but regardless, we will get into those videos right here. All right, here we are with our healer build. I'm going to start first with the specialization, like I always do. We have the survivalist specialization, the wonderful crossbow. There's a couple reasons to use it. It's helpful in a few different places. The biggest reason I'm running survivalist is the extra 15% to healing. You get an extra 15% healing using or outgoing healing, I guess they say, using the survivalist. You also get the wonderful fire grenade, which is helpful in a couple different situations. Boss 1, boss 3, depending on how you're doing things. There's a couple different nice things to have a fire grenade. There's maybe a little odds and ends that I'm not touching on, but overall, the main reason you are using this one is because you get 15% outgoing healing. As for the weapon, you don't do any damage. So my weapon of choice, and I recommend it to others, is the Scorpio, because if you cannot kill the enemy, you might as well crowd control the enemy. And Scorpio, if you're not familiar with it, is probably the best crowd control all-in-one package that you can possibly get. There is the blue screen. I haven't messed with it much. If you do like the blue screen, or maybe you use the blue screen, comment below. Tell me how you like it, what you think of it, because the blue screen is the new exotic, and I haven't really messed with it too much. On to my secondary. There's a couple different things that you could run here. I have the MK17 because every once in a while you just want a little bit of extra healing, although you really don't need it. The other thing you can use, I'm going to have to scroll a little bit, is if you use the Glory Days, if you're holding your chem, if you're holding your Glory Days and then you switch to your chem, you have no sway. It's 100% stability to your healing chem. Not something that's like amazing to have, but it is it's fun. That's the only reason you have that. And then the last piece, you can put any pistol here. I have my Orbit because currently I need to get some proficiency rank in it, and I've found that this would be the best way to get it. Otherwise, there's really no use to the pistol. You can run whatever you want here. Getting into the build, I'm going to save the backpack for last because that is the
controversial
piece of the whole build. So we're going to go and start with our mask, and this is going to be the first of our Future Initiative set. I am running repair skills with a repair skills mod. I will get into the mods later as a whole. That's kind of part of the whole half of the argument of the backpack talent. But onto the chest piece, which is the star of this whole thing. If you don't know what ground control does, which is your 4-piece talent for future initiative, you have increased you and your allies' total weapon and skill damage by 15% while at full armor. Pause that for a second. If you are using the chest piece, almost said backpack. If you're using the chest piece, that increases from 15 to 25%. So scrolling back up, increase you and your allies' total weapon and skill damage by 25% when at full armor. So that means that as long as you have healed the person and they are at full armor, they get an additional 25%, which is amazing. The other half of this is when you repair an ally and you are when you repair an ally, you and all allies within 5 meters are also repaired for 60%. So if you repair somebody across the battlefield, then you still get 60% of that healing. And with my current build, I pretty much instantly heal them and heal myself at the same time. So you almost never have to drop a chem on yourself, which is great. Onto the holster, same thing. I'm running repair skills, and the knee pads, same thing. The gloves, I'm chose to run BTSU gloves. It's not really required, but it is very, very, very helpful when you can use the transference overclock to overcharge the hives and the entire team. It's come in more than enough times, super helpful. If you're doing more Zova, but we're going to get on to the backpack because that is the piece that has, at least the people I've talked to, I have a couple people that are very strongly against having opportunistic and strongly for opportunistic. The other talent you would run, and I will put these as a side-by-side comparison, is they're both Alp Summit pieces. So we're both getting repair skills. I have both of them rolled to repair skills and skill haste. But as for the talents, I have safeguard on one and I have opportunistic on the other. I keep both of these. And if you do a healer build, plan on having both of these backpacks, one in your inventory and one that you wear. The reason that I say this is it's very circumstantial to who you're running with. It's also circumstantial to your build. All of my pieces are rolled to 20% repair skills. I also have nearly 20% repair skill mods, so I have an extra 60% in mods for repair skills. I actually had to pull one of our other clan members aside and say, hey, give me kind of the reason that you like the safeguard and you prefer safeguard and why you teach it this way, because he's also a very experienced player. And so I went to him for that one. But he said that when you are learning healer, maybe you don't have the most repair skills. Maybe your repair skills are all like 12s, 15s. Maybe you're running skill haste mods and not repair skills mods. So if you have low repair skills, then you can put on safeguard. And what he runs is he runs skill haste mods, not repair skill mods, and he runs safeguard, which completely clicked to me and made total sense because he does not have the extra 60% repair skills. He gets 40% more than I do, but I run opportunistic. The argument that he was telling me was this covers the new healers or new players, that if you have a player that's bouncing around and not standing still and you're trying to shoot chem after chem after chem, if you hit them with one chem, it will heal them back up. They will once again get the future initiative. They'll get the ground control, so they get an extra 25% damage. The other thing is if they even partially step into it, so you're not wasting all of your chems trying to shoot the person that won't stand still with a chem. I completely understand. I've had a couple times where I'm trying to heal someone who just won't stand still, and you waste 3 chems on them. Whereas if you have the safeguard, that one chem can heal pretty much the entire team in one spot. So it is very, very beneficial to have safeguard. However, I don't want to say that that is the only way. I run opportunistic. I tend to run, I run the extra 60% repair skills, the 3 mods. I also tend to run with a dedicated raid team or close to dedicated raid team where we have a lot of experienced players. I can pretty much put 1 chem on them and leave them alone, and they will normally maintain their armor long enough to do plenty of damage before they maybe need another repair. So there is no right or wrong. What I will say is if you are a new healer and you just want to make sure that you have enough healing for your whole team, you can run safeguard. If you become experienced or you run with an experienced team and maybe you're putting a healing build together, thank you for watching the video for one. But for two, opportunistic is going to be beneficial. That will give you 10% extra damage on top of the 25% as long as your team can stay healthy. Now, the other reason that you would not want to run opportunistic is if the other player on your team is running the setup, which is perfectly opportunistic, which gives them 15%. So if you have 15%, your 10% will cancel them out. I haven't actually tested it out to know if the 10% and the 15% just kind of go back and forth. So if I'm shooting them, then whoever else shoots them, typically my diagnostic tank. This goes back and forth of which one do you need? Well, the 15%, I don't know if they shoot them first, will it stay and then mine will just keep adding? I don't think it works that way. I think mine would take over, or maybe once theirs wears out, mine would then jump in and we'd have to wait for the cooldowns, which is only 5 seconds for both of them. But that is the build. I just wanted to cover this in depth, thorough, make sure that both sides have been heard and make sure that both sides are understood. Neither one is wrong. There is no right or wrong answer to this. Opportunistic is going to help your team do more damage if the rest of your team is healthy enough to do more damage. However, if they even take 1% armor, they have now lost the ground control, tactical, whatever this, tactical superiority or ground control, whatever you call it. If they take 1% armor damage, they have lost the ground control, and now they have lost 25%, and they're only doing an extra 10. So as far as which one's right, you pick. There is no right or wrong answer. Getting into my skills, because that is way less controversial. Skills is the chem launcher. We are using the healing chem, so it's the reformer chem. And as for mods, I'm running skill haste. I get my skill haste here. Like I said, the other person that I play with, he uses skill haste mods, so I think he uses the +1 ammo. I don't think he uses skill haste. Either way, he said he has 9-second cooldowns. I have almost 19-second cooldowns, and I still don't run out of chems. Maybe I'm a better healer. No, just kidding. You know who you are. Don't rip me apart in the comments. The other one I'm using is the 7.1 healing because I don't have a 7.5. As far as my second skill, we are running the Healing Hive, Restorer Hive, and I'm going to run 5% healing. I'm also running 4.7% duration because I don't have 5%, and we're going to run the +4 repair charges, which brings us to a grand total of 36 repair charges. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope this maybe put a little bit of light on the back and forth. Which one is better, opportunistic or safeguard? You guys decide. There is no right or wrong answer is my kind of bottom line. It's very circumstantial and very
controversial.
Thank you, Google, because I just can't say that word to save my life. Either way, I will see you guys in the playthrough portion. As always, once again, please like, subscribe. If you want to leave a comment and tell me what you think, please do. I'm definitely very interested to know which way people think is the right backpack talent. Also, if you want to just help me out, leave a little smiley face emoji if you have nothing to say. Just literally putting that emoji boosts my interaction and it helps my video, it helps me, and I greatly appreciate that as well. As always, guys, we will get into the gameplay coming up right now. So here we are in control room. I'm going to be using the FI healer build that we just went over. You can either use safeguard or opportunistic. Safeguard's going to help a little bit for healing the players towards the end. You can drop it down below. It'll also help heal your solo top that much better. I believe I have opportunistic on just because I didn't really think about it. But one or the other doesn't really matter here. Advantages either way. I will put the codes up in the top right corner for you to see. So he called screen 2. We're going to call out the double belt. The only two white or full cups would be the white hook or the full hook or the white cup on a belt and the hook and the belt. So those two are both going to be the only two that are white. Everything else is black. Screens up.
Screen 4.
So he called screen 4, and that's going to be a moving belt. If you look at the screens from top to bottom, I think I can get a picture
Moving
up
black
here
cup on
that
about.
shows
There we go.
it's 1, 2, 3 across the top, 4, 5, 6, 6 across the
25.
bottom, and that way you will see which screens are which. But we would call out 25 here. That tells the team that we are basically 2/5, because the first one is just to let him out. So 2/5 complete.
Screens up.
Screen 6.
As someone who does visor
White
tank
belt.
regularly,
White
I
belt on a
understand
belt.
that you don't always see when the code's up, so I do remind him code's up. It's not like I'm trying to hassle him about it, but that way he knows to look at the screen at some point when he's available. Sometimes you're dealing with the Pfizer fart, sometimes you're dealing with
Vic, you can just
any
pull it
other
upstairs if you need. I can shoot it for you.
numerous things that are going on
That's
inside
50.
there, making sure your armor's topped off, etc. So I'd call out 50% here at some point. Make sure the team knows that we're at 50. This is a closed window tactic, not
Screens up.
open window. I can maybe try and get an open window
2 seconds.
video as well, or at least just a quick short
Screen one.
as to what the difference is.
One
But
is a white
basically, the
hook,
glass is
white cup on a
broken.
hook.
All the doors on the outside are closed. So this door over here would be
Upstairs, you said?
broken or would be closed. Throw my healing
Got
hive
it
to
left.
this side for him, just because I think he was having a hard
75.
time with this one.
I stopped because you were running.
Rockets.
We got a rocket phase here, so I'm going to look and
Charlie
see
open.
who's in there first. So Charlie said he's ready. We're going to open for him. He'll shoot, release,
A
run
opening.
over to A, open A, because they should be there without even thinking about it. Shoot A, release, and get back to business.
Screens up.
Call back to screens up.
Screen 4 is going to be a black hook. Black cup on a hook.
Give him my healing drone for a minute. Still didn't do enough, which is unfortunate.
Stand by. Helping Lev up. And myself.
Take a little bit of damage from the Chunga.
Just come to the door.
This may be something you need. This is one of the benefits of having the healing chems versus the healing drone. I just prefer the healing drone, and we go down
You
right
can
away.
res me after you kill him.
I prefer the healing drone for the aspect of having, for when the window does break, I can just
We're
pop
at
my healing
100.
drone or pull it up for any
And we
numerous
lost power.
reasons. I will break it here at some point, and this is a power outage, so you do need to work with your solo top. One goes to
Press,
Alpha
press,
side,
press.
one goes to Charlie side, and you hit
Oh,
these
well,
switches
fuck.
together. So we got, I think I pushed mine a little too early. He wasn't quite ready.
One go. 3, 2, 1, go.
So there's a 3, 2, 1 go. I pushed mine a little early, but
There we go.
it
Power
worked.
again.
Chunga's down here now.
We are at 100%, so I took
Alright.
away the
Where
codes.
fucking Chunga went?
We're going to be doing weak
So-
points. In this case, I will have somebody helping out weak points. I think Charlie said that he was going to help. We're going to try and help our solo
Grab your
top
rocket
by
with you as
putting a
well.
little bit of status on the Chunga while he gets him killed. We're going to open Alpha.
We're
He's going to
closing
bring
it.
his rocket in with him so that he could do weak points. And if
First,
rockets come like they just did, I can just open Charlie. He can shoot his
Opening
rocket and go
Charlie,
back to
then
shooting
I'll
weak
move
point.
the Crucible again.
Now we're going to move the Crucible. There is 3 weak points on the roof. So we broke the first one. This is the second one.
Moving.
We're going to push it one more time. That'll be the 3rd weak point broken.
Letting you out.
I'm going to let him out before I go to pour, just so that he doesn't get too many fire stacks, because he is not a fire tank. He's typically a DPS build of some form. Again, shoot the Chunga, make sure that the Chunga is taken care of so that our solo top doesn't go down, so that we don't get a visit from the Chunga.
This subpar solo topping.
A little bit of making fun of my solo top. We're going to put my healing hive back down just for him for the moment. And move it.
Pouring.
And
Get ready
we're
for
going
water.
to pour.
Getting
So
ready to
this
fire
is
them.
going to be our
Fire,
damage
fire.
phase
good.
now.
Fire.
We're going to prep for that. When you do water, so we're going to say get ready for water. And at some point I will say send water when I'm standing here at the valve and they're ready. Believe my tank at this point had a fart that he had to cancel, and once that happened, then we will start with the water phase.
Cancel.
Everyone below is just kind of
You ready
killing
to go?
ads and waiting for said
Send water.
water
Send
to be
water.
called for. They're going to be standing close to the valves so that when I do
25
say
more.
send, we can
Got it.
send it all at once. And
Maybe.
basically, as soon as you can
You should have
interact with that water valve, you do, because it does not let you interact until it hits 80.
I guess that's a yes.
We're going to pick up our hive.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure my healing drone is still there. I was going to try and throw it, but that glass didn't break, so we'll throw it down here so that the people below and the tank can step back or step into it.
Opening.
Look down through the floor and see if all the name tags are there. And then we're going to just stand here and hold, then pray that they can kill him before my
Fucking shit.
drone decides to break.
There's a hive if you want to come back to it, villain.
Should be alright.
Make sure that my
I can do it anyways.
Oh, oh,
make
not
sure
gonna
that
be
my
alright.
visor tank knows that he can walk back into the hive.
DPS. anyways.
However, not always is that the case. I go through him with relative ease here. My drone's not even a quarter of the way used.
He did.
Nice work.
Now I let go of the Bravo door, and we're going to try and get out of here as soon as can. Again, we're not a tank. We probably could stand there for quite a while,
Purple
because
and
that's
Chunga
what you do
seaside.
during broken glass, is you stand there for quite a while.
Chunga just jumped down.
I'm going to try and call out any of the upstairs ads so that people know what is going on. I hope this helps with the healer, and I hope that this resolves a little bit of the issues as to
The A side is
what
clear.
you should use as your backpack talent for a healer. This is for the B1 Wipe Squad. One more shout out. I do appreciate you guys. And thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, do all the cool things the cool kids do, and check out my next video. I will have it waiting for you at the end.